Are you looking to buy your first home, refinance, or you need general guidance from someone you can trust? HomeLoansWithAlex.com is your one-stop shop. Since 2008, Alex Nunemaker from Fitzgerald Financial Group has been answering questions and helping people. Yes, even us on the Could Be Better podcast with financing our homes. He's licensed from Pennsylvania all the way down to Florida, and even randomly in Texas, Alabama, and Colorado. HomeLoansWithAlex.com is your one-stop shop for home finance. Alex Nunemaker of Fitzgerald Financial Group is an equal housing lender. NMLS number 319721. I don't want to be here.
Welcome to the Could Be Better podcast, brought to you by Old Mother Brewing Company.
Just lift this again.
This is the world's largest gummy bear, folks. So, fans of the podcast, friends of ours.
Keep going. I'll be back.
Oh, you're leaving me to go solo?
No, she's my wine.
Oh, okay. We did this episode with the legendary friends and family, I guess at this point, at Old Mother, where they were talking about candy. And it was talked about that a gummy bear that the size of like a small child was a thing, and a avid fan, friend, lover of the podcast sent a 5-pound gummy bear to the Could Be Better Studios, and I'm holding it in my hand right now. And I think it's gonna have to wait till the next episode. But I'm trying to record a podcast here. It's like, what's wrong with people? Like it's ridiculous here. I mean, the sound in the Could Be Better Studios could be better.
The warmer the weather gets, the harder it becomes to record in such a state-of-the-art studio like this. I know that you want to profile an Old Mother beer, though, so Chris, please do that.
Colin, when you think of Saturday morning cartoons, and after you eat, you have your chocolate milk, you have your bowl of Captain Crunch, all berries, what do you typically have for lunch to drink with your peanut butter sandwich with your crust cut off? What type of orange drink do you normally?
Orange Tang.
Tang. Tang is all about the 90s. The 90s is all about Tang. I mean, it can go both ways. And so what's great about going both ways is Old Mother Brewing Company goes both ways with the Orangutan Hard Seltzer. It's a 4% ABV, and it's for all of us, Colin, the 80s and 90s kids. And I expected not as much of a cackle, but whatever, it's fine. But it's a hard seltzer, and it's orange, and it's Tang flavored. So when you go and say, "Give me the Tang," and they will give you a Tang hard seltzer. It's good, the orangutan. It's gonna be awesome. Colin, this episode was a big one for us because we're at episode, I think, 22, and this is our first repeat guest.
It is. Also, we welcome our new sponsor as well.
Man, our new sponsor. So this has been a lot of fun. So we've talked about this on the podcast a bunch, but couldbebettermeh.com. You can contact us there, and you can reach out for a sponsor. And so this sponsor, HomeLoansWithAlex.com, has reached out to us. And what's really cool is for the month of June, we're going to be doing some ads for him. So you heard it at the beginning of the episode. You're going to hear it at the end of the episode. But I wanted to talk a little bit about it now, just real briefly. Alex, he is a mortgage lender. He's been doing this for a long time. What's really cool is when I and my family bought our first house, Alex was the guy that we went to. And what's kind of cool, and maybe you remember this, but the two bands ago that I used to play in, Alex was the original bass player of that band.
It all comes back together.
It all comes full. I mean, nothing in Frederick isn't a full circle. Let's be honest.
A perfect circle. Take that, Tool.
Yeah. So, is that a Tool band or is it an actual band?
No, that was Tool. That was Maynard James Keenan.
A perfect circle.
The lead singer, yeah.
Oh, huh. I mean, I've seen this. What's funny though is Alex is a huge Tool fan. So here we go.
This is perfect.
But yeah,
this
perfect.
Is perfect
Circle. And so. Alex, one day after we were in our house for about a year, he calls me at 6:15 a.m. And Colin, what do you do at 6:15 a.m.?
Whew, at that point, I've already run 3 miles, had a protein shake, and I'm probably at push-up number 258.
Yeah, same. And so Alex gives me a call at 6:15 and says, "Hey, man, interest rates just dropped a whole bunch because, COVID. So if you want to refinance, I know you just got the house not that long ago, but now is like actually a really good time to do it. You should do this. And I said, okay, that sounds really good. And so he's like, you have any questions? Like, well, let me wake up first. Let me have my coffee. I got to finish my push-ups. And we get through the thing, and we actually get to refinance. We save a bunch of money. And the situation is kind of crazy because I don't know of any other mortgage lenders that do that for people. Does your mortgage lender give you a call, Colin?
Well, it depends. It depends on if you're talking about where I'm living currently or if the mortgage I took out on the Could Be Better Studios building that I had to front the money for.
Yes, which we still need money for. So again, please check out our website, couldbebettermeh.com, and there's actually a donate button on the podcast tab. Check it out.
Right.
Help Colin pay the mortgage for a place that I just found out about. So,
yeah.
But Alex, thank you for being our first official sponsor, and I hope you enjoy the ads in this episode because you approved them.
There are also video versions of those ads if you go to ESPN.com
/ Home Loans with Alex.
That's right. So this episode we have, I'm very excited about this episode with Tad Achey.
It's so sweet when he says his name like that.
Achey. Yeah, we've written songs together. I love him. I love him to death. We lived together for a little bit.
Yeah, I remember him playing Rocket League one time.
That's right. He plays Rocket League a lot, and he has his own project now, which is a lot of fun. If you listen to it and if you hear these songs, I guarantee you're gonna like them. They're really interesting. They're kind of out there, but they're a lot of fun. He has a great knack for writing pop music, actually, really when it comes down to it, but writing interesting pop music, like sort of British pop music.
Like Ed Sheeran?
Like the XX, we'll say that.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's cool.
Hello, mate. I guess that's Australian.
And that's okay. I mean, it's kind of British when you think about it.
But I was very happy to have him on, a good drum friend. But we didn't really talk drums, so
which I'm so grateful for because the last thing that I want to hear about. Well, actually, we meant to ask if he would let people share his drums or not.
He will, because every time Double Motorcycle rehearses, it is with his drums at Dan's place.
Well, he's a nice guy, and people will hear that on this episode. Again, Tad's just the best. First repeat customer.
Yeah, first repeat customer. Wikipedia entry. First guest with this very fancy sponsor. Very fancy.
Yeah, homeloanswithalex.com.
And
aside from this episode being brought to you by Old Mother Brewing and homeloanswithalex.com.
And Sutter Home.
And Sutter Home.
Which you once called Sutter House.
Sutter House. Because I think, what if that's the company that we start one day? How long do you think it's going to take until we get a Wikipedia page?
You could do one tonight if you want.
No, I don't want to do one. I want it just to be. I just want it to appear.
The Mountains did that like years ago.
For It Could Be Better?
No, not. Well, we weren't in existence years ago. No, it's Silent Mountains. I think it's Pat or one of them started their own Wikipedia page, and it's grown. It's been.
That's fun.
Yeah, so you could do that if you want. I'll send you pictures.
Whoa! All right, we're getting there. Well, Colin and I are going to send each other pictures of each other while.
And then we're going to eat a gummy bear.
Yeah, stay tuned next week. I'm pretty sure you're not going to be able to understand any...
Teaser!
Yeah,
teaser!
Yeah, you're not going to be able to understand anything we're saying because our jaws are going to be so sore. And on that note...
I ain't laundering money for you, Marty Bird.
Marty Bird. Marty Bird. There's a break there. GarageBand decided to say, hey, guys, it's time to wrap up this intro. So here's Tad, the love of Colin's life, the music of our time, and a friend of our loins.
Oh, I'm really excited about this episode because we have one of the sexiest men
in the
alive, or at least in the room. Tad Achey.
Good evening.
Is that how you say it?
Achey.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm well.
So people might want to know why you were on. You were already on as a member of Demood. Can you please explain what you have going on right now?
What I have going on, I think, is what's best described as a quarter-life calling or crisis.
Calling sounds like
Calling's
eloquent.
way better than Crisis.
Calling McGuire is the name. No,
it's
it's
What if we start? Okay, hold on. Let's pause this real quick. What if we open up a hotline, 1-800 calling McGuire,
I love that.
and Colin just answers. he drinks. Okay, the requirement is, Colin, you have to drink a bottle of wine and then start answering
Done.
people's questions, like
I love
almost
that.
like Dear Abby, but like not.
Please, let's do a live episode of this podcast, maybe at Idiom or something, and
Yeah.
just have people shout questions.
And then have you answer them.
Yeah.
Segments.
Yeah,
You could
segments.
add a segment in.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Mm.
calling
Perfect.
McGuire.
Calling McGuire, and we got music and everything. I know someone that can write music for it. That'd be
Yeah.
kind of cool, right?
That would be fun. Do a little jingle.
That's actually, well, we touched on that with the Mood episode, but we can touch on that in a little bit when we get to the magic you and I have created in bed together.
Mm.
But until then, I know you've been writing songs for a long time. And is it only recently that you really said, I'm going to write a ton of songs and do this?
Yeah. I mean, it takes a lot of buildup, I think, for in life to get me to the point where I was, where it was like, dude, I have to start writing lyrics. I have to start singing. It's something I've buried deep for a long time. I've always made music since I was like a kid, on GarageBand. My first song was Apples and Peanut Butter.
Can you sing us some of that?
Yeah, you got a bar.
No vocals until I was 28.
20, that was last week.
Yeah, it was last week. Yeah, I'm very fresh and very new to it, but it's supposed to have been like instrumentals and stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So from like a writing process standpoint, I've we get to listen to the tracks here, and it'll be the first time that I get to hear it. But where did the if you don't mind sharing a little bit, like what kind of you said it was a calling, but sometimes a calling can be a crisis calling. So what kind of got you to where you're at now, where you're like, I need to create something?
Yeah, I think it's the concept of time.
What does that mean?
Did you just see Doctor Strange and you're like, oh, there's a multiverse, and now I need to talk about all this stuff?
There's actually everything everywhere all at once.
Wasn't that an incredible movie?
Oh my god!
Hot dog hands, hot dog fingers is so good.
And the dildos, like the anal, the
Wait,
butt
what?
plug
Yes.
scenes.
Wait, what? Huh? What?
Oh,
Is
you
this
would act.
porn?
This is right up your alley, Colin.
Is this
You-
on
you-
Pornhub?
Right up
yeah.
your back alley, Colin.
We have a new sponsor now. No, but you said it was time. How does time work in that sense? You mean you had to live? You had to live these years to come up with this music and this art.
It's always something I've wanted to do, right? And then it's just one of those days where you wake up and you're like, I can't wait anymore. So you just start doing it, and you're a huge critic of yourself and everything, but then you start to really love and enjoy it. And I think that's where I'm at, and I really want to decompress this way.
Well, are you insecure about it?
Hell yeah.
Is that the same thing with you, Chris? Whenever
Yeah,
you
ve- ve-
create,
very much so. Yeah, I think it's like, especially when you're creating something just by yourself. Like I think actually, so a couple episodes ago we had Chris Tocchino on, and so he recorded this full album, just him, and he's like, Chris, like as I'm editing this, I'm like, this fucking sucks. I can do a better take. I can do this. And it's like, at some point, like you just don't care. And I guess my question for you is like, so you were doing a GarageBand and MacBook in your bedroom, I'm assuming, or in your living room, wherever.
Yeah.
When you kind of, so we're gonna play a song here in a minute or two, but when you showed somebody this song specifically for the first time, what kind of emotions did you feel like when you were showing someone this new
yeah.
thing?
Did you feel naked?
Oh, completely. Yeah.
And were you naked?
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I remember we were down in Dan's basement a few weeks ago listening to a bunch of stuff from you, and I felt like that was a huge step for you to just share.
It was a huge step. Yeah, because, I mean, I'm not comfortable with, like, I haven't heard it, my own voice enough to kind of understand what's happening, so I'm just being a huge critic, being the closest person to the source. And, but months go by since the first, it's been literally a few months since I started this, but I start to enjoy it more. I start to take the weight off of it so much and just be like, dude, just do it. It's fun.
Yeah. Well, once you settle in, does it become more natural for you?
Mm-hmm.
And then at that point, all the doors are open.
Yeah. All the gears start working. I guess behind the scenes of, practicing and just being more comfortable and everything.
Are you worried about inspiration?
No.
Why is that?
Because the world's huge. And I've played Zelda games.
Is this song about Zelda?
Yeah,
no.
what's the first one? What's the first one you want to hear?
This first song is called In a Fire. It was one of the first ones I wrote. Just touching about a breakup, but also appreciating the amazing times that we had, in the midst of the dark. And yeah.
And you sing on it.
Yes.
And is this one of the ones where you manipulate your voice?
Of course, every song.
No, I mean there are some, and we can talk about this when we get back from the break. But like you sound like a woman.
Thank you.
No, you do. You know that's on purpose.
Yeah, unfiltered. No, yeah, no. It's I raised the pitch on it to kind of give it that layer.
It sounds incredible.
Thanks.
It really.
You said it sounds like my sister a little bit. We have
It kind of does. Yeah.
Cadence. Yeah.
I was hoping you'd want to play one of those songs on there.
Oh yeah.
Wait, do you have a sister?
I have a sister.
And,
yeah.
and she can sing?
She can sing very well. Yeah.
Well, actually, let's listen to this song. When we come back, Tad and I will tell you about our night with Tad's sister.
You're gonna have to remind me. We had a lot of drinks.
Yeah, well, a lot of other stuff too. So what's the name of the song again?
This song's called In a Fire.
Come on, baby, off the boat, we'll pay the party fee. Feel no need to pay the mind of everyone at sea. I can feel our song from here, the beat may set us free. Close your eyes and move with me, just let your mind at ease. Get it. Like pee. I know there's just some light to shed on inner glee. Just like that one rhyme you made that's right above my knee. So much freaking fun we had, it felt like a party. Like
Song was brought to you by Boxcar Burgers, and Tad, that song was awesome.
Thank you.
So we're bringing this back in, and also not only am I fueled, but I'm sustained by Boxcar Burgers. And so as I'm thinking about this just burger that's in my stomach that just feels so right, tell me about that time that you guys were hanging out with your sister.
Come on, dude, that was a fun night.
It was a fun night.
That was a real fun night.
But Colin, you have to remind Tad, what's up?
Yeah. What do you remember? We'll start there.
I remember wearing masks.
Like Halloween masks?
Not COVID
masks. Like Jabberwocky masks.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah. That was the day friend aesthetic for like 5 days. Yeah.
I got a picture on my phone of you and I wearing masks and my sister in the background like, what the fuck is this?
To this day, and this is the truth. To this day, when I have people come over, or it's late at night, or we've been partying, or there are people I don't know, I'll play some of those songs from that night.
Will you?
Because and you have a copy of them, I think.
Yeah, you've emailed them.
You've never listened back?
That's hysterical.
Always move forward.
Fuck that, dude. Those are good.
No, they're great. They're
They
great.
really are.
Ted, did you have anything to do with the theme song for this podcast?
What's the theme song?
So that's the other thing. I don't know that Tad knows even half of it, really. So do you remember Endgame?
Yeah.
And that was one of the ones that you liked.
And that was before Avengers, right?
What?
Okay.
Avengers Endgame.
Yeah, so there's this really big cinematic universe out there
Oh,
called
okay, yeah,
Marvel
no, fuck
Cinematic
this.
Universe.
Yeah, no, it
There's
was
Spider-Man,
none of
there's
that.
Thor.
No, fuck, no,
Yeah,
no. It was
Captain
none of
America,
that. It was
Iron
none of
Man,
that.
the
Oh,
Hulk.
Nonsense. No, bad bullshit. No.
Whoa.
This was one of your favorites. I remember that, and
Yeah.
it was up to you. So okay, we should just let's back
It was the
up.
drum beat, right?
It was the drum
Yeah.
beat was you, and so that's why I say we should back this up. So Tad and I wrote music together for a little while, and we called it Day Friend.
Yeah.
We wrote about 20 songs, and we were
Like songs.
music.
Sure. Okay.
Instrumentals,
Yeah.
some vocals. Yeah.
And then we actually booked a show at one point. Remember, we were going to do that, and then something.
Is that at Eagles?
It was going to be at the Eagles, but something happened. I don't.
Was it the Eagles?
The Quarantina wine mixer?
Maybe I don't know. I have no. Do you know? Do you remember why we didn't do that?
I mean, I guess the same reason Double Motorcycle's broken up a bunch of times, right?
What's
Wait,
that?
was Joe involved?
Are you saying it's my fault?
No.
He loves that.
Joe, I love you.
We love Joe. It was Joe.
Oh, were we supposed
Joe's
to?
fault.
No, I'm being serious. I don't remember.
I don't
do you?
remember.
Okay.
No, that's why
So
I
I'll just take the blame
satirical
then.
humor.
I'll just take the blame.
Sure.
But we were gonna do that, and we didn't. But among those batch of songs was Endgame, and I don't even know if you know this. I think I might have played it for you at some point, but you probably don't remember. Chris wrote lyrics and sang to it.
Oh, beautiful.
You should really hear it because it's amazing. And he's like, I don't ever want to sing again. And I'm like, this is really good. So maybe I'll play that for you later.
That's pretty on brand for the theme of this.
Yes, it is. Oh my gosh, if that's not us as a couple, Colin, I don't know what else is.
But I always thought that was really interesting. That was probably my least favorite of the songs we wrote.
That wasn't the one that we did the cool drum beat at Deep Creek where it's like.
No, it wasn't that.
Okay,
No.
It was still a
that
cool
one.
drum beat though. It was
That was all Tad. That drum beat's all Tad.
Yeah, it was cool. It was kind of like the thing that drew me to that the most, and now, we're talking about other things now, but like the theme song for our podcast, but it kind of had like this cool just like plus 44 kind of vibe to it, where it's still like kind of like pop punk, but then still just a little more dancey synthy stuff, and it was just cool. So yeah,
And with that break in the middle.
yeah, it was sick, guys. We can beatbox in this all day. So, but Ted, you recently this new project, what's it called?
So I'm going under the alias Zudu. I guess in my own hopes and dreams that one day I'll be able to have a private life outside of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like Marshmallow?
Like Marshmallow.
or Dead Mouse 5.
Yeah.
Dead Mouth 5. What the fuck?
Didn't you have a show recently?
Yeah. At
Cafe Nola.
thanks for I had texted Colin. I said, dude, this is my first show. I need the biggest pep talk of my life.
Sure.
And he's like, I got you. I'm going to tell you I love you, all this stuff.
And
I get there and it's not there.
so, okay, to be fair, I knew that's where the story was going, and I still needed to lead it on. And 2, he was saving it for the epic show at Old Mother just a couple weeks ago, where Demood played Jack Funk and Suniva. He couldn't get you built up and then build you up any higher, so
True,
he just
yeah.
had to.
That's exhausting.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It is.
He just cares so much.
I came to that show, God damn it.
You did.
I deserve credit for that.
Wait,
Hey.
the Cafe Nola show?
The Old Mother
The
show.
Old Mother show.
Oh no, I want to talk about the show that he didn't.
Thanks
show.
for coming.
I told him he needs to go to more shows. Frederick is better when Colin's at shows.
That's
agree.
not true.
Let's start
That's
that
not
petition now.
Yeah.
But so tell. Okay, so we talked, about creating it in your bedroom,
Yeah.
and now you've played it at NOLA. What was that feeling
Yeah,
like?
how was that, dude?
Yeah, so I over prepped. I would go to Dan's house and play it over the PA, and I was like, okay, I can manifest anything. So
Yes.
I'm going to go out on stage and I'm just going to dance, and everyone's going to dance with me and hear the things I'm going to say and hear the dance moves I'm going to do, and everyone's going to follow along. No. I over prepped. I had a fun time prepping.
Mm-hmm.
I got really good at the lyrics,
Mm-hmm.
which is a struggle. But yeah, everybody just kind of stood and watched, which was brilliant. Like, it just felt good to be in front of people, being people. That's what I need practice at, right?
But it wasn't what you were expecting.
And that's a lesson.
Man, look
Well, what is the lesson, though?
The lesson is, I didn't know you were going to fact check me, Colin. I'm still processing the lesson. Yeah, no, I think it's just to stop worrying about what people are going to do and just go out there and perform. You know, like, this is where my heart is and this is what I want to do. So whether I dance or not, just be me.
What is that balance between performing and expecting a response, and then performing and then feeling like you're doing it for you?
Yeah, it's an unpracticed thing of mine. I'm still trying to figure that out.
Are you figuring out how to be vulnerable?
Yeah.
Is that really what it is? Like, you don't. I can imagine if you thought you have this set thing in your mind, I'm going to go perform like this and the people are going to follow me, and then they don't. That throws you off no matter what.
Yeah.
And then what happens there? You said you settled in and you thought it was brilliant, but like, does it hurt you? Does it inspire you?
Inspires for sure.
Really?
Yeah, because it's reality. You know, reality is inspiring. It happened.
Oh, for some.
Yeah. Well, so was the next song like "Screw You, Person Wearing the Pink Shirt at NOLA"? Was that like the next song?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, because like
I
think of like Colin when he so there's the crowd fan favorite, and everybody did at Old Mother just last week when or 2 weeks ago when they played their Farewell Asterisk show. But Colin, you came out and you went, and sometimes you get people.
What's funny is the show hasn't happened yet, but he's just anticipating me doing that.
Oh no! I mean, there are some things that you can guarantee: death, taxes, and Colin clapping like a fucking maniac during Pyramid. And yeah, so when people, the show has happened and it's great because we don't lie.
I remember that. Do you remember that night, Tad?
Oh, it was so much fun.
Fun. Do you remember that night,
yeah,
Chris?
Tad,
Oh,
you came up on the drum set and it was crazy.
Yeah.
You had to be there.
And Jack was there.
Dude, Jack.
Jack's playing drums for half the set,
yeah,
dude.
it's
Or he
so
did
fun.
play drums for half the
And
set.
then
He was the drum set.
Yeah.
And then the next night, you guys came to our show, Marshall Fuzz at Cafe Nola for our 90s cover songs, right?
Oh, yeah.
That was so
Wait,
much
what?
fun.
Yeah, so there's a 90s cover set with Marshall Fuzz at Canola. We were there. Dude, you had so many shots of Fireball.
I just don't remember.
Remember,
Yeah.
It's Britney, bitch.
Yeah, it was,
I don't remember that.
it was awesome. Well,
you're not allowed to use the B word on this podcast.
Yeah.
Oh,
Kids
you
listen to
rather
this
should be-
podcast.
I meant Brittany.
Oh,
Heyo.
that's what I reversed.
Where were
Oh, well, I have
So
no
this
idea.
next
This is
song,
like- yeah,
Tad.
so let's go to the next song.
so
What's the next song?
The next song is off the album I'm working on right now. It's called Dolphins for the Damned. And it's where the main character, basically after a really detrimental stage of his life, sees a pack of dolphins and is very inspired.
So let's be inspired with the song "Dolphins of the Damned."
Yeah. For the Damned.
For the Damned.
I did say of, huh?
No, I mean I think an interview of the vampire. That's probably what
You
it was. Or
added
Queen of
that.
the Damned. That's probably what I was thinking. You know, right. Yeah. This song with Boxcar Burgers, my God. The beats on those sandwiches. Ugh.
As long as they have onions, you could be a sponsor. So I want to talk
the
about
pickled beets.
the
You
pickled
can't-
beets.
So good.
So
the purple,
good.
and like then it drips on your hands. You get purple hands. Guys.
So good.
The last time I had purple hands, it had. We're not going to go there.
You killed,
So-
what's his name? Grimace from McDonald's. I saw it. His body's in the back
That's
in
why
the
my
Scooby Better
nickname is
Studios.
the Hamburglar.
Is
That's
that what
me.
you're sitting on?
That's what I'm sitting on right now. So I want to get to this too because you guys just reminded me of this. You were playing drums a little bit here and there for Marshall Fuzz, right?
Yeah, yeah.
How's that going?
Amazing. I love everyone in that band. They're
Really?
so cool. Yeah.
Is Brad in that band?
Brad's in
Yeah.
the band.
I fucking
bass player.
love Brad. If Brad's listening, and if Brad's probably not listening, but if next time you see Brad, tell him Colin said I love you.
Okay. Which is tomorrow. I'll see
Okay,
him.
yeah,
tomorrow.
honestly, tell
And
him
by
that.
tomorrow, you mean like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But no, it's all good. The dates don't matter, guys. Time.
What is time? We
What
talked
is
about that
time?
earlier.
Yeah, Sully and all the Marshall Fuzz folks are
Yeah,
the
L.
Fuzz heads, right?
Yeah, the Fuzzheads. L, Sully, Brad.
How'd you get hooked up with them?
Yeah, Sully reached out and said, "Hey, here's some shows.
Can you do it?
Can you do them?" And
Yeah.
I said, "I'll do the _90s because I'm so stressed out
Yeah.
with my own life."
Oh, so you didn't learn any of the original stuff?
I didn't.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
What's kind of fun with Marshall Fuzz is they, for a long time, they had a stretch of they had 3 drummers that would play different shows with them, and all the drummers were good. And I told Sully, I said, "Hey man, like, I appreciate that you can like have a drummer and stuff. Like, you gotta save some of these drummers for other people." Like, and it was crazy. Like, he had them on call and rotation. Like, and he'd show up. I'm like, "Hey, who's playing drums today?" He's like, "Oh, it's David." I'm like, "Oh, that's sweet." And then he's like, "Oh, hey, it's this person." I'm like, "Cool. I don't know who that is," but and then they slayed. So
Wow.
look at you.
Yeah, a part of the mix.
Part of the
We
mix.
should make him a shirt. I recycle drummers.
I recycled. You can find that at couldbebetter.com. Okay. So I know this a little bit from writing a little bit of music with you is that you have this brain for being precise. Like, you know all the garage band tricks. You do, which you taught me some of them. I forgot all of them. But you have a knack for melody. I think when we worked on stuff together, I thought we had a good yin yang mesh type
Yeah,
stuff with all of
absolutely.
it.
I'll be Yang.
Was I'll be in.
Which one's the better one?
That's
Yes.
Tad. Yeah. But when it comes to drumming, and you're a great drummer as it is, like, what do you prefer? Do you prefer going home and playing the drums? Do you prefer going home and writing music? Do you prefer even collaborating with anybody anymore? Because I know you came over a few weeks ago. We wrote a very top secret Day Friend song
Right.
that nobody will ever hear.
2032 release.
So good though.
Yeah.
It's so good. And we just went, Chris, this is all we did. We did like, he put down 4 bars. I put down 4 bars. He put down 4 bars. And we changed the instruments. Like, remember that? It was just,
It's like tag team wrestling.
It really, well, that's true.
Yeah.
Suplex.
Wait, do you care about wrestling?
Only when Colin's around.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, and Ricole.
Yeah.
I think
Anybody
Nicole's
that cares about
Ricole's
it.
in
Yeah.
the building.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cole is into, but you can feel him. You can feel him. But what do you prefer? Being by yourself or playing drums?
I think when I have things I need to release, I prefer to be by myself, just so I can do that. But
Is that why you broke up Day Friend?
Yeah, I had a lot of healing to do, Colin. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I mean that it's kind of one and the same, right? You know, one's personal and one's in group.
Sure, but you take good pride in being a good drummer, don't you?
Yeah, okay, what's the question?
Well, it's a lead-in.
It's no, like, what do you, I guess, what's the dichotomy between drums and being a songwriter? What is it? Like, do you have a very big passion for drums? Do you have a very big passion for writing your own songs?
Yes. Yes and yes. Yeah,
Okay.
like I feel like
There's not one that's more satisfying than the other.
no, because when writing music, like I'll be able to add in my own drum elements, but I'm not trying to showcase myself as a drummer. I'm
Right.
trying to,
Yeah.
tie everything together.
So I guess maybe a question that I have then is like, because you can think both ways,
Mm-hmm.
what typically leads you? Is it like, hey, I have a beat, and this is like, the stereotypical, well, what comes first, music or lyrics? It's like, does the beat come first and then like the song structure comes in, or like what normally happens?
Depends on the day. Depends on the mood. There'll be times where it's very, it could be lyric focused, and then it could be melody focused, and then I just add drums around that. Or it could be a drum beat I have in my head where I'm like, oh man, I gotta put that down.
See, that's I've done a bunch of stuff. I got myself the old MIDI and all of that,
Yeah.
and I don't ever start with drums. To me, it's always the melody.
Yeah.
It's always like that's, and I don't, even if I have a drum beat in my head that I want out, I want to play it myself. I don't want to do it electronically. Does that ever get to you?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, as drummers, like, so comfortable with drums that there's so much variety you could do. I mean, that's true for everything, but it's nice to put front like what is harder, and just be like, okay, well, I do drums all day, for all these bands and whatnot, and then, but when I come home, I just want to do melody,
Yeah.
and yeah, absolutely.
It's cool. You kind of get best of both worlds almost.
Yeah,
You set it up that way, though. You
I
like
love
that, right?
love it.
You
Yeah,
have to
how
like
nice
that.
is it though to set up being the best of both worlds, right? You are a world creator.
And you're a
That's
big,
very kind.
well, that's no, but you're a big video game guy, so that has to be a big compliment.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to be able to send this to him and say, hey, check this out. But my friend Zane Brown, growing up, he used to like listen to my songs and be like, dude, you make music that I hear in Spyro. And he'd be like, "Mwah, mwah, mwah," and imitate some of the characters and stuff. Yeah.
Shout out to Sony.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. And
You-
dragons.
Your mind for it, though. You have a knack for this stuff. And I also think that plays into the drum parts you've written for Demood. Like, you have a sense of structure when it comes to writing and song. And that shows in a lot of these solo songs. I know you a little bit, and I know that you'd feel a little embarrassed by breaking your arm, patting yourself on the back.
Yeah.
So, Tad, we are going to get into this next song, but what I want to know,
This is the last one. You better make a good mother flipper.
yeah.
It's the worst.
So, what I want to know though is, so you're creating these songs, these drum beats, and doing this thing. What gives you the most joy about the process? Because I mean, obviously, it's all work, but at the end of the day, that work, it's like, when do you get to take the moment of like, oh,
Like, I did it.
that's cool.
Yeah, currently it's the true joy is coming from like months later and then listening back and hearing what I created and kind of like being gentler on myself.
Sure.
But I think it just feels good to be like, okay, like that's it. I'm going to put it out there, and just see what happens.
How hard was that to get to that place? Because I've known, like, this is something we've talked about for a few years now. Like, you don't want to put something out unless if you feel confident in it, and you're very insecure even then.
Yeah, I recently actually overcame, I guess that fear. I'm sure there's much more to come, but my computer took a shit.
Yeah, that's what you were saying.
Shout out to Microsoft, am I right?
Apple
No,
products.
Apple.
2019 can't uptake. Sick. But
Does that fuck you up? Like, when that took a shit, are you like, my inspiration, my momentum is done?
well, yeah, I have a July 18th or June 18th Sky Stage show.
That's perfect when this will be released.
It's like the week or
Yeah, this is the
ish
week of the
before.
show. When this
Oh
is-
wow.
This is perfect. This is so perfect.
Yeah, open up for bikes at Sky Stage, and I have like my computer takes a dive, so I decided to take everything that I had made, finished or not, and just make what I call incomplete.
Incomplete?
Uncomplete.
Okay.
Just because
It's a technical term, Colin. Get with the fucking times.
Yeah, fuck English, dude.
Jesus Christ.
Um,
Fuck both of you.
But it's like a little playlist I made of like all of these incomplete songs that kind of tells myself I don't need to have a completed song. I like, here's what I've done so far, and come check it out.
But there's a beauty in that, It's like, I think
Mhm.
as a society, it's like, and me as a person too, it's like I like the beginning and the end. And
Sure.
I like, things being, yes or no, right or wrong, black and white, and that's great.
Mhm.
But I mean, life is gray. And so I think it's kind of cool where you get to share a little bit of that in music, and I think that's special. So
yeah, it's not going to live there forever, you know, and it's just like for right now, enjoy it, you know.
I love that you're taking this approach. I don't think the Tad of 3 years ago would be doing what you're doing right now.
No, yeah, I just want to be perfect.
Well, but if you're, I mean, there's a lot to be said for growth, and I think that there is growth here.
and progress.
Not to sound like a therapist or anything, but it's like I remember even when we were doing the Day Friend stuff, like you were just scared to go out there and put it out there. I think like being behind the drums, you're comfortable. You're comfortable doing that.
Yeah.
But when it's you and your words, your lyrics, your voice, your music, it's a little harder, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
You've gotten over that hurdle.
Yeah. Tad,
Maybe.
thanks for sharing these songs with us. Thanks for sharing your time with us. You know, we said this on the intro, but you're our first repeat guest, so this was great to have you back.
Yeah.
And so, what's the date for the Sky Stage show again?
It's June 18th
Cool. So
With
it's like,
bikes?
with bikes.
That's it?
bikes.
Just bikes?
There may be another act.
Okay.
Not
I
sure.
think Morris said there was supposed to be a special third, and we don't know. So
It's
so
Day Friend.
So yeah. So come on out. Tad, where can people find this project's music?
So I'm on SoundCloud, but my Instagram handle is ZOOTULAND, Zooduland.
Is that like Astroland? Whoops, sorry.
Yikes. But
We're getting sued.
yeah, so I have a link there to the SoundCloud. I will be on Spotify, Apple Music, all that stuff when my confidence grows.
What's the name of this last song?
The name of the last song is called Swaying Trees, and it's for my future wife.
Calling for peace, I hope you lie, swaying the trees, and I won't care if all we do is lie and stare at swaying trees all night, at swaying trees all night. Doing the dance of morning life, but there's a spark of joy inside, patiently waiting to unbind with swaying trees all night, with swaying trees all night. Calling for peace, I hope you like swaying with trees, and I won't care if all we do is lie and stare at swaying trees all night, at swaying trees all night.
The Could Be Better podcast is produced by Chris Perry and Colin McGuire from the Could Be Better Studios in Frederick, Maryland.
follow us on Instagram and Facebook at couldbebettermeh.
You could also email us at couldbebettermeh@gmail.com. And don't be afraid to reach out if you're an artist, a band, anybody looking for a show. We'd love to book you. Also, if you'd happen to want to be a sponsor, we'd like to hear from you too.
Subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts or follow us on Spotify or wherever you listen to your podcasts. Give us a 5-star review if you like what you hear and want to hear more. And also give us a 5-star review if you don't like what you hear and definitely don't want to hear more.
His name is Chris Perry,
This is Colin McGuire.
and we are out of time. For now, this could be better.
Are you wanting to get away? Okay, it's not a commercial for that company, but maybe it's time to get away from your landlord or out of your mom's basement and get into a home of your own. It's time to visit homeloanswithalex.com. Whether you're looking to buy your first home, refinance your current pad, or just have questions about, can I afford this insanely over or underpriced dream palace, Alex Nunemaker from Fitzgerald Financial Group is your one-stop shop for practically all things home finance. Alex has been a mortgage lender since 2008 and is an expert in his craft of finding the right mortgage for you. Alex will help you figure out what you can afford and guide you in the right direction for what's best for you and your goals. Sure, you could rock it or answer some flyer you got in the mail, but why would you when homeloanswithalex.com is just one click away? Visit homeloanswithalex.com and tell him Could Be Better sent you. Homeloanswithalex.com, your one-stop shop for pretty much everything home finance. Seriously. Alex Nunemaker at Fitzgerald Financial Group is an equal housing lender, NMLS number 319721.